It is 7:05 already. We gave a few minutes to those people who had a hard time to log in or come into the meeting. Okay, well, I hope all of you are doing fine today. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that I was checking the platform right now, and I was looking at the homework that you had to do, and I thought that the homework was for tomorrow. Like I thought I put the homework for tomorrow last day, but I realized that, check this, I realized that the homework is until today. If you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but you see, today is the 16th, so you have until you have 3 hours, no, 4 hours, 4 hours you have before the system closes, right? So look at this. There are many of you who already did homework, right? But there are a lot of you that haven't done homework yet. Look at that. You see? I shouldn't worry about that. But you know, guys, I was a student, you know, and I didn't have teachers like me telling me all the time, guys, do homework. Like I'm begging you, please do homework. You're gonna lose your points. Don't do that. You pay your money. You only have 4 hours. What about if you have no electricity now? You're gonna tell me, teacher, electricity is gone. And I'm gonna tell you, you have many days before. I'm just kidding. So guys, make sure, don't forget to put homework up, because then, you know, it's gonna cause stress for you and stress for me. Like you're gonna be telling me, you know, giving me excuses, valid excuses, no valid excuses, you know? So you and I are gonna get stressed, and that's the last thing that we need, okay? So what we're gonna do now is the homework. We're gonna check the homework now, and we're gonna see what you did. Like when I say that we are going to see what you did, what we are going to do is I'm gonna look for the homework on the book. I'm gonna open that page, and now I'm going to ask you to give me a conclusion, whether positive or negative. Now, before we continue, don't forget that last week we talked about what did we talk about last week? Do you guys remember? What was the topic? What was the grammar that we taught? Oh, I guess you guys cannot listen to me, huh? Or maybe you don't remember. I guess it's an option. Do you remember, Leandro?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Danny raised the hands. Guys, you have to raise your hands.
was speaking about how
Albania, you have a delay. Hold on. Danny was first than you. Danny raised the hands first, and then it's your turn. So Danny, what do you say?
It was about how to use might, and must. That's what I can remember.
Yeah, very good. That's right. Go on, Albania. It's your turn now.
so the last week we was speak about different themes because we was speaking about the human brain was the first themes and how is the important organ and we was speak some grammar about means made.
Yes. I think she's gone. All right. Yes. All right. Don't worry, Abanya. I got you. I got you. So you guys, we talk about the brain. We talk about the importance of the brain. We also talk about the model auxiliaries. That's the name. Model. Oh, that sounds weird. Model auxiliaries. Okay. So we are doing a review of what we gave last week so we can continue. Now, remember, you guys said model auxiliaries. We have might. You guys mentioned might. Some of you also mentioned may. And you guys didn't mention could because we saw it also. Okay. Besides that, we also talk about another model auxiliary that is must. You mentioned it, yes. And we also have to, which is the same thing as must. And finally, you didn't mention this one. We talk about can't, okay? And we said that we use all of them in different circumstances. We use may, might, and could when we guess, when we are guessing, okay? So this is a review, guys. So you guys know this already. I'm just giving a quick review. So you use might, may, and could when we guess, when we are not sure that something is true or not, okay? So when you are not sure about something, you use may, might, or could. For example, the power might go right now. You see, we don't know. I'm not sure. So that's why I use may or might, which is the same. Remember that the difference between may, might, and could is that may and might, it is the same thing, but you use could when you have options. If you're talking about a situation where you have options, then you use could, okay? But remember, these options are things that you are not sure about. For example, if we are at the ice cream shop and I ask you, which ice cream do you think could be better? The vanilla ice cream or the chocolate ice cream? You see? So you have options there, and that's why you use could. Then we have must, and have to. These ones, you use them when you are almost sure something is true or possible, okay? I put summit is something, okay? So you guys know, I don't want to write that much. So that's when we use it. And then we have can't. Can't is the opposite of must, because here is when you are almost sure that something is not true. You see? So those are the model auxiliaries. And there is a word that you use a lot, maybe, and maybe, right? So maybe comes from here. You see? Maybe means that you are not sure. Well, maybe yes, maybe no. 50-50, right? That's when we use it. Okay, so let's get out of there. If you have a question about this topic, you can ask now, because next week we have no meeting. Next week we have the first exam of English 6. And the first
My goodness.
exam is coming from lesson 1 and lesson 2. Everything from the lesson 1 and lesson 2 is going to be included there. Yes, Berjoris?
Sorry, teacher. You can put again the that expire because I need to take a picture.
Oh, you mean this? So yes, next week we have the exam, and the exam let me know when you finish, Berjoris. Exam.
Thank you, teacher. I finished.
All right. The exam, we are going to take it through a platform, which is not the OEM platform. I'm going to give you the instructions and the details when the time comes, because, you know, we have 7 days or 8 days from today. But just in case, if you have an account here in Edmodo, right? If you have an account here, don't worry, we're gonna use this platform only for the exams, okay? This platform is gonna be just for exams, no for classes. The classes, we are taking it in the OEM platform, okay? So don't get confused. The only thing we're gonna do here is the exams. And 1 or 2 days before, so today is Friday. That means that on Wednesday or Tuesday, any day, right? I'm going to send you the details, how you're gonna get in, the code for you to log in. If you don't know about this page, if you haven't seen it before, that's not a problem, because I'm going to send you a short video where you're going to see how you can use it. So that's not a problem. I'm telling you now for you to keep it on mind that next week we have exam is coming from everything that we have given. That is nothing actually, just 2 little things, and that we're gonna take it through Edmodo. If you have questions, you can raise your hand and ask, but now we are going to the book, and I wanna listen at least one person for one situation and another person for another situation. If you don't know what we're talking about, you are lost, but I know that 90% of you know what we're gonna do now. Okay, now here we are. I'm gonna go to the book and I'm going to show you the homework that I left. This is the homework, okay? But let's go up a little bit and review the example. It says here that a conclusion, look at this part, conclusion, okay? Many people say conclusion, sorry about that. That's my accent killing me, conclusion. You guys know that every time when we have words that end on ONS, like IONS, we say on, is actually conclusion. That's the correct pronunciation for that word. If you listen to me saying conclusion, guys, don't blame it on me. It's because that's a bad habit that I have on that word, just to let you know. Okay, so here we are. So a conclusion, I got it. A conclusion is actually something that you are almost sure about. And we said that when you are almost sure about something, what you use is must, right? Or have to. So basically, I want you to notice something here. Every time, even on the examples, when they use must, see that they are actually using be after must, be. And let's look at the examples here. Let's go up. Look at here, look at this. We have here, I think it has to be. And then we have, you probably right, it must be. So as you notice, we're talking about things, right? So that's why they use be, must be. Because if you try to use like another verb, you will feel tempted to change the tense of the sentence. You know, maybe when you were trying to create conclusions here, maybe you created sentences in past because your mind tells you to do that. And that's right, to avoid that, we normally use be after it. Let me see who's writing the, sorry, who's writing here. Oh, that's weird. I cannot see the chat. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. Hold on. Teacher, this application will only do for the exams of the subject. Yes, Julian, only for the exam, only, nothing else. Right, so here we are. Okay, now we have an example. We have a positive example and we have a negative example, right? A positive conclusion and a negative conclusion. So we have here, Tom has lost his appetite. He spends all his time looking out the window and sighing. Well, positive, he must be in love. Negative, he must be sick. Now let's see what you did. What do you have for letter A? George doesn't earn a lot of money, but he's driving a new car. What do you have, whether positive or negative? Noraima, what do you say?
In the positive part, I had, it must be a gift.
Okay, it must be a gift, right?
I have to say the negative.
Well, if you want, yes.
Oh, in the negative part, it must be stolen.
Oh, it must be stolen, right? Very good, very good. It must be a gift. It must be stolen. Very good. Do you guys have any others?
Me, teacher.
Who is you?
Salmon.
Oh, hey, okay, go on.
Okay. In the plus, in the first one, I put he must to justify this money because he doesn't earn a lot of money, but he's driving in a new car.
Okay.
For that reason, I put there.
Okay.
He must be justify this money.
So
Unless,
he must be justifying his money. That means
yes.
that means that he's getting a lot of money, so he bought the car just to make people believe that he's using the money there.
Maybe, teacher.
Maybe, right? All right, all right.
And the less is
In the negative, you mean?
is okay. He must recovering money.
He must be recovering money.
He must be recovering money.
Oh, well, very good. Yeah, that's true. Collecting
Yes.
money, that's what you mean, right?
Collecting,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, very good, that's right. What about letter B? Who has letter B? You see a man, listen to this one, this is interesting. You see a man leaving a package at your neighbor's house. Wow, what would that be, Annabelle? What do you say?
I put he must be the mailman.
He must be the mailman. Yeah, very good. Do you have any negative or just that one?
In the negative, I put it must be something bad.
It must be something bad. Yes. Olaini, do you have something for that?
Yes, teacher. The positive wave is the neighbor both new items.
Okay. And where
And
is
the
must?
negative way, the neighbor.
Where is must? In the,
Sorry.
can you repeat the first one?
The neighbor both new items.
Okay. And the second one is?
The neighbor is very vain.
Okay. Now you know what is the problem here? That you forgot to put must. You see? You see?
Yes.
So you were supposed to do the sentence, but you had to put must in there because must is what tells you that that is a conclusion. So don't worry, you can
Okay.
fix it on the way, that's fine. Now let's see, Albania, do you want to say something about letter B? Or you want to go?
Yes, teacher. No, yes, teacher. I have for the positive, I have he must be by to them. Do you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Okay, I write in the positive, he must be by to them. In the negative, I write he must be delivery.
Okay. Oh, it must be a delivery. Yes, very good. Very good. And the first one, it must buy to them. That one sounds kind of strange. That's okay, Albania, you having some issues with the audio kind of feedback. Yeah. All right, we'll with the next one, all right?
Yes, but
Don't
you
worry,
need to tell
Albania.
me it's
I'm gonna tell you, wait. All right. In the first one, you have to be careful because you said he must buy was what you said.
yes, teacher.
Okay. Because when you say he must buy, he sounds kind of strange, right? He must buy to them.
Yes, teacher.
Guys, Albania is having a terrible feedback on her microphone, so don't worry.
No,
Yes, Albania, you have
yes,
a feedback.
it's very noisy here, teacher. So teacher,
I'm putting you on mute because you're talking and I listen to you like 5 seconds after, you know? So don't worry, then I'm gonna explain that one to the guys. So we're gonna finish and then I'm gonna go back to what Albania said. So we have letter C and we say, you were supposed to meet Mary for lunch, but she hasn't showed up. Oh, let me see who's writing. Oh, you very behind. Alani, what do you say there? And then we have Leandro after Alani.
Yes, teacher, a moment, please. Is the third one?
The letter C, yes.
She must have had an emergency.
She must have had an emergency. Go on.
Yes, the second.
She
is to me odd. She is so irresponsible.
So, okay, can you repeat that one, the second one?
She is to me odd. She is so irresponsible.
Okay. Now, what about must? Where is must in the second one? I didn't listen to must. You see? Here.
Missing again.
Right. That's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Now you have to be careful when you use the past in here. Remember, we use this only for the present, not for the past. I can tell you one. Okay, so Mary was supposed to be here and she hasn't shown up. She must be on the way. So she must be on the way, right? That's
I was gonna say that, teacher.
Oh, you're gonna say that
Not
one,
fair.
right? That was one. Leandro, do you want to do the letter D? You usually see the same woman at the bus stop in the morning, but she isn't there this morning.
Okay, teacher. But in the positive one, it must be her her day off. Excuse me.
Okay.
It must be her day off. In the
Yes.
one and the other one, she must be late.
Well, you see, right. So she must be late or is her day off? Must be her day off. Very good. That's right. And then we have the last one, which is letter E. Your friend said she'll be home tonight, but no one answers the phone. Let me see who's writing. Yeah, yeah. You can say that one, Julian. There must be a lot of traffic. You know, Julian is giving us an idea. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you the opportunity. Julian is giving us an idea for the woman. Who was that? I don't know. I don't know which one you're saying, Julian. Is it you talking over there?
No, it's Adrian.
Oh, okay. Go on, go on. So you have the last one.
The last one for me says, your friend says she'll be home tonight with no answer to the phone. Her phone may be cut off, that's the positive. And
Okay.
the negative is maybe she felt ill or she's sick.
Okay. Can you repeat the second one?
Maybe she felt ill.
But when you say maybe, are you sure or not?
I'm not sure actually, because I
So
don't know what
you,
happened.
right, but now you're supposed to be sure because now
Okay.
you are using must, right? And when you use
All right.
must, then you can change, you only change maybe for must. You must be sick, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was easy to fix, don't worry. All right, now let me tell you, what's the difference? The difference is that when you are giving a conclusion, you are sure, right? So when you are not sure, then you use may, might, and could. But when you are almost sure here, right? Giving conclusions, you have to use must. You cannot use maybe. Now, I want you to notice again what I told you. When you are giving this type of conclusions, you will feel tempted. When I say you will feel tempted, when you're gonna give the example, you're gonna get the past on your mind. The past will come automatically. So for you to avoid making a mistake, giving a sentence in past, what you have to remember is that you need to use be after must. So when you use must be, right, you're not gonna use the past because must and be is actually in present. So that's the way that you avoid making a mistake, creating a sentence that doesn't sound that good using that grammar. I gave you the trick. Don't say no. Guys, I know that all of you did the homework. I'm not gonna be correcting all of you now. You saw there were people that make a few mistakes, but as we have the homework on the platform, when I start correcting your sentences, then I will tell you what was good and what was bad, you know? So that's right, we don't lose time here talking over the Zoom meeting. All right, now I wanna show you something else. I want to show you this. And this is the last part of the lesson or unit number 2. Okay, I'm gonna jump all these pages because I want to focus. I'm not gonna focus on the meeting. You read it if you wanna laugh, right? If you wanna laugh a little bit, you read the meeting. This is your personal study, okay? But now I'm going to focus here. A narrative. Now, guys, I have a question for you. What is a narrative? Before we go there and and read, let me erase this, clear all drawings. Before we go and read, what is a narrative for you? What do you think it is? A narrative. Oh, Berjaris, you raised your hand.
For me, narrative is when you want to, well, I don't know what to say, to tell, to contar.
When you
Well,
went to
whatever.
school,
When you want to say,
yes.
how?
No, don't worry, go on.
Oh, okay. When you want to tell or to say something about real life or imagine.
Okay, okay, all right. That's a very good one. Noraima, do you know what a narrative is also?
A narrative teacher is an story.
It's a story. Okay, right. So you girls are correct. A narrative is a story. And Marjorie said, this story can be real or fake. When I say fake, you know what it is, right? Not real. So yes, that's a narrative, okay? So narrative is when you start telling about something that happened in the past, something that happened, maybe it was a real story, a real narrative based on real events, or it could be a fake, a fictitious narrative, something invented from your head, right? Now, let's go here to the book and let's read what the book says about the narrative. And I'm gonna read, look, we're gonna take 3 people to read this narrative. Okay, we're gonna take 1 for this, 1 for this, and 1 for this. But before that, I'm going to read this part so you can follow me. It says, a narrative is a story. No history, guys. Many people get confused between story and history. So a narrative is a story. A good narrative sets the scene, all right? Describes the events and provides an ending. When we write a narrative, we want the reader to feel close to the scene and events. To do this and to make the story real, guys, to make the story real doesn't mean that the story was based on real events. This means to make the story real means that you make the person transport themselves to what you're saying, to the place that you were saying, okay? So don't get confused. I go back and says, to do this and make the story real, we use details about people, place, time, sounds, feelings, conversations, and actions, okay? So now we are going to see, if you notice, a narrative has 3 parts, okay? It has 3 parts. Part number 1, setting the scene. Part number 2, describing the events. And part number 3, ending of the story, like the end, right? Now, what we are going to do is, we are going to read this story so you can notice the different parts of it. Who wants to read the first little part there? It's a short part. Setting the scene, then we have describing the events, and then we have ending the story. If you want to read, just raise your hand so I can give you the the opportunity. Oh, someone saying soon got it out. Manuela, okay. Oh, I guess you guys are having dinner. You're not listening to me. Anyways, then I'm gonna read it because we don't have a lot of time. We only have 20 minutes here. So guys, listen to this. Setting the scene. It was a clear autumn night. The moon was out and there was a light wind. I decided to walk home after the movie. I got to my apartment building and unlocked the door. I walked to the elevator and pushed the button. When the doors opened, I saw a tall blonde man standing inside. He walked past me quickly without saying a word. I didn't think anything about it until the elevator stopped on my floor. That's when I noticed blood on the door and a large pool of blood on the floor. The door opened and I walked out. I walked slowly down the hall toward my apartment. Then I heard the elevator doors open again. Someone was walking toward me. I was so frightened I couldn't move. I just stood there in front of Mrs. Mann's apartment. Ending of the story. Then someone touched my arm. I must have jumped a foot. It was Miss Mann's. You didn't step in my tomato, sorry guys. You didn't step in the tomato sauce, did you? She said. I was carrying a big jar of my sister's homemade tomato sauce when the elevator stopped suddenly and I dropped it. What a mess. I just went down to the basement to get something to clean up with. Maybe I was reading too fast, you know. But as you can see here, it's a little fun. It's a little bit fun because the person on the elevator thought that she saw blood on the floor and all that, and it was not blood, it was only tomato sauce. And this person that was chasing her, it was not chasing her, it was looking for something to clean the elevator that was dirty. So now, as you can notice, you have 3 steps to create a narrative. You first need to describe the environment. You have to say if it was at night, if it was during the day, if it was cloudy, if it was clear, you know, if it was in the countryside, if it was in the city, in the desert, in the ocean. Basically, you have to say where it happened and how the weather, the conditions were. Then you pass to the second step where you start describing the story, right? Describing what happened. And when you describe what happened, you have to go to the ending of the story. Now, I want you to notice that setting the scene is very short. Describing the events is the largest one, and ending the story is the second one in length. Like we go here, setting the scene is the smallest, ending the story is the following, and then we have describing the events, which is the biggest part of when you create a narrative. And that's it, guys, that's it. I want you to read this at home. Read it, right? You have to read it for the exam too, because that's included. Read it because the homework that we are going to have after, not after, you know what I can do? I'm going to give you this week off so you can study. And the first thing that we are going to do is a narrative, okay? So you can create a narrative from your mind It could be real, it could be fake, but you have to make sure that you put the 3 steps that we follow when we create a narrative. Now I'm gonna stop here because I feel that I have been talking for hours. Let me know, guys, if you have a question about the exam, about the classes, about today, so I can answer, because from today on until next Saturday, you are alone. Let me know.
What time, teacher, is the same?
Oh, the exam is going to be at the same time of the video conference. So next Friday at 7:00 p.m., we're going to start. And don't forget that the exam is going to be through Edmodo, and 2 or 3 days before, I'm going to send you the information so you can go into the place that we're going to take the exam, so you're ready and you don't have problems on Friday. And that's it. Any other question? All right. So guys, I'll see you later. Get ready for next week, so you guys can take the first.
Okay, teacher.
So see you later.
Bye, teacher.
See you later.
Bueno, yo no sabía que